friends, and welcome back to Tuesday's Travel Blog, where every Tuesday I'm going to talk about all the cool places I've been and the fun things that I've done as I travel cross country. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you can get notified of all my videos. Today's travel blog comes to you from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque is New Mexico's largest city, first established in the early 1700s as a Spanish colony. It has 310 days of beautiful sunshine, barely any rain, and it's also home to the breakfast burrito, thought to have been created in 1970. Stay tuned through the whole video to be sure you catch all the fun things that I'm doing while I'm in Albuquerque. The majority of these petroglyphs were made by the ancestors of modern Pueblo people. There are some archaeologists who believe some of these carvings to be almost 2,000 years old. Images include human figures, animals, geometric designs. But what does it all really mean? Why are there carvings here? Some people believe that it was a way to mark their trail. Others believe that people traveled here to offer these carvings up as part of their spiritual beliefs. But honestly, nobody but the carver actually knows. My next stop takes me down to Old Town in Albuquerque. If you recall earlier, I had mentioned that Albuquerque sees about 310 sunshiny, beautiful days a year. Today is not one of them. Thunderstorms abound. But I came down here anyways to check out the Old Town area today and see what it is that we have here. Once the main commercial center for the Rio Grande Valley until 1880, when the railroad arrived about 1.5 miles east of the plaza. And then the growth and development happened around the railroad, which now created New Albuquerque, which to us is just Albuquerque. A lot of shops, art galleries are very popular around here, including this Penfield Gallery. When you're traveling cross country, it's very difficult to go shopping because you don't want to buy anything that you're going to be just hauling around and that doesn't have any value. But I found this little shop here. It's called Roots. And what really got me here was the sign. If you can read that there, where it says badass gifts and the coolest crew, well, how could I not resist going in? I sampled their coffee, which was amazing, but then the one thing I did decide to buy is a chocolate covered with red chili and chipotle salt. It's a dark chocolate. Flip it over and take a look at it. You can see the dark chocolate there. And we're going to try this and see how this tastes. So here we are. We're going to try this new chocolate topped with red chilies and chipotle salt. Surprisingly, very heavy dark chocolate taste, obviously. And that red chili and chipotle sauce is not very strong. You do taste it a little bit on the afterbite, but it's very mild and not spicy at all. Well, the rain didn't last long. The sun is already out and it's time to have some dinner. So I did quite a bit of searching for some of the best restaurants in Albuquerque. Albuquerque has lots of different kinds of cuisines. It has New Mexican, Native American, and steakhouses are huge here. But one of the places that keeps popping up, as well as a recommendation from a local shopkeeper, is this place called the Sawmill Market. So we're here to have some dinner, and we're gonna go in and check it out and see what I can get to eat. The Sawmill Market is your typical food court market with your Latin food, Italian, Asian. So of course, in New Mexico, I decided to get some Mexican food at this place called the Red and Green Chili. That's them down there. And I got myself a couple of enchiladas with a mixture of red and green chilies and some beans. So let's open this up and see how it is. All right, so what did I think of this place? It's your basic food court, right? There really isn't much special about it. Maybe it was the food I chose, which was okay. I mean, I ate it. But I don't understand why this place is the hot ticket of places to eat in Albuquerque, maybe because it's something so new and a novel concept. But yeah, it's just your standard little market to come to. Like I said, a good place to hang out if you've got some friends and you want to have some drinks. But nothing special. Continuing my Albuquerque tour, today is a visit to the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center. This center was started by the 19 Pueblo peoples in 1976. There is a museum here. It's only $12 to get in, and it's a fabulous museum filled with some wonderful artwork. Of course, some artifacts, talks about the Pueblo people, how they live from the land, how they tell their stories. When they decided it was time to revolt against the Spanish oppression, they had a yucca rope that they tied into a knot, and they sent couriers out to the 19 pueblos, and every day they would untie a knot, and that would help them count down to the day of the revolt. Of course, it moves more also into modern times and their struggles with the American government and the U.S. population as their land sizes start to decrease. There are stories of huge domestic violence among Native American women, so it's been a struggle for them. So it's great to be able to come to this cultural center and support them and learn about them. They have a permanent museum gallery, but they also have some rotating exhibitions from Pueblo artists. An artist who paints on maize skateboards, and some of this artwork was just absolutely amazing. They also have a Pueblo kitchen here with their native food, so we're going to eat and check that out. And this restaurant has all locally sourced food, Pueblo-inspired recipes. They serve breakfast all day long, and a great menu. Everything is locally made. And of course, I got the enchiladas again. And I thought about that, right? Because I had enchiladas yesterday. Maybe I should order something different. But I figured, why not get them again and compare? And let me tell you, these enchiladas just blew yesterday out of the water. The portions are big. The prices are reasonable. It's served with beans and what they call the three sisters. They're beans, corn, and squash, and it has a small side salad. It's a quaint little restaurant, has outdoor seating, really friendly staff. This was definitely the place to eat for lunch. They're only open until 4 p.m., so glad that I was able to get there today. But the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center is a really nice place to be. I highly recommend it. So this is my last stop as I visit Albuquerque. I am in the Sandia Mountains. Sandia means watermelon in Spanish, and it was thought to believe that that name came from the reddish tint or hue that these mountains give off at sunset. My favorite part of my entire visit have been the views, not only just the views of the mountains themselves, but overlooking in the city. It is quite beautiful. So thanks for traveling along with me as I visit Albuquerque, New Mexico. The Pueblo people don't really have the words for goodbye in their language. They have this belief that you will always see each other one more time, whether it be in this life or in the next. So in the tradition of the Pueblo people, until we meet again.